So, hey SG2, and we're back. I know you can't believe it, but we've got another race, and it's gonna be between the Pugs, the perfect unadulterated gaming squad with Worf, Jig, and Andy, versus you look like you could use a hook and lamp with Ahab and Jejo. I'm Jesse Radical Sniper 99, and I am mentally starting to finally. And I'm joined by Captain with Darak, Shana, and Kif on tracking.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, we're just gonna move on here, and we're gonna have another race. 'Cause who doesn't love co-op cross keys?
Yeah,
Right.
no, this is going to be great. Yeah, I believe this is the first race between the two teams this week. Should be a good one. Our four runners were exceedingly patient. As one of the runners in the previous race, I will just say, thank you to the four of them for their patience tonight, because yeah, that was,
I wasn't racing it. I'm exhausted.
Believe me, my first thought was I gotta go read the rules document. And yeah, so this is insane. Crazy stuff tonight. But we're moving on to another race of co-op cross keys. If you missed the previous race, watch it back. Not only because I'm in it and I am amazing, but the other three people were amazing, and Dr. Bob's amazing. But you're watching this race, and it's also going to be cool because it's still co-op cross keys. Captain, you like cross keys, right?
Yeah, cross keys is great.
Co-op's fun
You know
too.
what's even better? You know what's even better than cross keys? Playing cross keys with a friend.
Exactly. All those entrance checks so much faster. As you can see from Andy's file name, it is co-op. Yep.
Oh, I thought that said coop. Okay, all right. or it could be like Ahab, just be like,
Yeah.
Right. Of course, Jejo has to be the boring one, I guess. All right, no, he's fine. No, yeah, I think we're getting going here in just a second. Big shout out to the runners for being a little patient there.
Yeah, and I will say shout outs as well to our setup helper tonight. We had Clear Mouse helping out and just keeping the guys in the race room just chilling until we were all set. So big thanks to them for it. Big thanks to her for that, and then big thanks to the guys for hanging out. Only a little 10 minutes late start, so we should be... I see the race room is on the move, and here we go. We're getting some starts. We've got the top row of Worf and Ahab both starting at Sank with the pod small, and actually Jejo also starting there. Only Andy starting at Link's house. And that is one... That's a gross Sank start, not a huge benefit at the pyramid. So we got some bunny going here.
Yeah, let's see if one of them wants to continue on. Maybe check the pod area on one of them. Stay quick back to Link's house. Just 10 arrows at the... Yeah, it looks like Jejo is gonna go ahead and continue on. Check the entrances around the pod area here.
Yeah, Andy did get all the way up to the Hyrule Castle. There's the thief drop. I don't think he'll go for it, but could change his mind.
Yeah, we also got the big key to Thieves Town in Link's house, so that's one of those things that we'll see. Always good to find a big key you potentially need right away. So
that's the library at the front of Hyrule Castle. I will also point out the guards are part of the special pack. We'll see if Andy wants to try to grind out up to bombs. He just got his magic drop, so he's going to work at this, see if he can get the 8 bomb drop eventually. Really heads up, and he's going to actually call it there. So he got the full magic. That's nice, but we're done after that.
Work finding blindside here, South Kakariko.
Yeah, Worf getting a couple of bombs early south of Grove and taking that into the Blind's hut. So gets a GT small, not much else though. We'll see if the back can help us at all.
I mean, found 6 bombs in there, so if there's anything really useful in here, which there isn't, so but you could see Andy go in there just for the bombs at least, and the GT small, so knocking out. So we'll see. And you
We
can
did get
explore
a
the
bomb vendor find on Andy's side. I missed what our two were. I'm sure I'll see it again on the repeat here on the restream.
You got Eastern and Skullwoods are red.
Yeah, Eastern and Skull. Thank you. Powder there for Werf. I was gonna say bombs are pretty free early. Like we found Graveyard Ledge, which is even more valuable.
And of course, we have the big key to Thieves Town, and we find Thieves Town right away with a sword, no less, in there.
I mean, honestly, if I'm Andy, I might just go for the kill, but he's already down to half a heart, so we'll see how much he wants to invest into trying to beat Skull. When he's gonna have to be pretty cautious going through at least some of this. I've been told, Clear Mouse says that apparently Werfs is the only usable audio tonight. Luckily, it's a good MSU. I'm a big fan of Hollow Knight. I mean, duh. I mean, I only play as the Hollow Knight sprite, so...
Yeah.
And Andy is going to take that Death Warp. Not going to go for the Skull Clear yet. We got Luck Fairy there at the Bombable Hut.
So sort of the front of these sound pretty good. You like to see it early sorting cross keys. There's our magic shop. They're at Chicken Hut.
Yeah, so if we're going to talk like early cross keys co-op strategy, what we can say is the goal is just find entrances, do as many of them as possible. You want to map out this world as quickly as you can here. You got two minds working together, sharing that info. So the faster you can find every entrance, the more you can put different eyes in different places, the better.
JJ is continuing on here in Thieves Town too.
Yeah, Ahab's in the back. So
or Ahab, excuse me.
Yep. Yeah, and Andy did find Eastern Palace, and I love the Eastern Dip. Especially in co-op. Like I know we have, the idea you could skip the Eastern Dive and the regular cross key seed. In co-op, it's a little harder to make this kind of skip.
Yeah,
we do find the Uncle, and there's one of our CT smalls for the day. As well as the desert. And we saw a Desert Big on Werf's side.
We did,
so that's
yeah.
both keys. Oh, by the way, we have a Hookshot in Eastern.
Oh, see the Eastern Dip already paid off.
And our stun prize is really good tonight. The stun prize is single bombs. So nice little find.
The kid at the Smith's house.
The attic just had a compass. I will point out, one of the things that we haven't really talked about or mentioned is that Thieves Town in Light World does mean that those crickets that we see are actually the Light World rats. So they're not as dangerous as normal. They're not going to do 2 hearts of damage.
Yeah.
Now, the Zyzacs will still hit like trucks. They will do 2 hearts of damage, so you do have to be careful of them. Ahab having a little bit of trouble. I will commend Ahab, though, for remembering or passing the Thieves Town test. The gloveless Thieves Town test and not trying to lift the block.
Oh, yeah, I've never done that, yeah.
Yeah, no. I haven't done it this week already in a different practice or something. Nope.
Vanilla Well, right?
Yeah, we still have not seen Ganon, so you're not going to see anybody be adventurous about trying to drop into it until we find Ganon. So nice safe play there. Ahab having to be a bit careful, was down to 1 heart for a second there, but finds the Hera small in the chest. We'll see if that matters, but still no fire.
Pick up Mire Small, Swamp Small at the well, and a cape.
Not bad.
believe we did see the bumper cave connector here in Kakariko. So that cave could end up being useful sooner than later.
Okay, Worf playing a bit of a risky game here and does get burned. He thought he might be able to make the money off of the scam chest game, but unfortunately went the opposite direction. Did not get what he needed.
Ahab takes out blind. Get her
Very
first
nicely
dungeon
done.
clear.
Down to Oko, but does get the kill.
And there's a crystal too.
Andy has found Desert, and while Worf has the keys, Andy does not right now. He's still going to at least check out Map Chest and the Torch, and at least probably give us a connection. So Jejo just following a little bit behind Worf here, not doing too bad on that. Worf making a little bit faster progress just by virtue of having skipped the pod area. Meanwhile, Ahab is following behind Andy a little bit, but had done Thieves. So just some different choices so far. No real mistakes on either side or advantages gained yet. Like, I'd be shocked if Ahab does not get the hook and whatnot, so...
Desert Palace main entrance without the key to escape, so I'm gonna check out the desert entrance here. Nothing on the ledge.
Big info coming up here. Lumberjack Ledge. Are you Ganon tonight? No, you are the Magic Bat. So that CT small, not a huge deal yet, but could be something required. We'll see what happens. There's our Smith. They're at the Desert Fairy Cave. And it looks like Worf is probably going to go for that sword out of Thieves Town and probably head towards Desert. Those Desert keys are just a little too valuable to not rush.
Well, there's Hookshot Cave at the dam entrance.
And with that early hook, it makes perfect sense that we're going to, that this is a good play, and hopefully we find something out of here. $20, clearly, value.
Fire rod there, yeah.
Fire rod is definitely good.
I would call that good.
Yeah, I would too.
Not bad. All right, what else we got? We got a key to GT, number 2.
And Worf is going to walk out of Thieves Town here.
The other end of Hookshot Cave was the Kakariko the whole time. All right.
Yeah, I guess we had missed that when Worf was going through. Yeah, Worf also not going to beat Thieves Town here. So the big question is whether or not that Hera small out of blind cell matters. That check is in logic this early, as Andy finds a TR small off the bottled merchant.
They have made his way to the big key chest here at Eastern Palace. As Worf enters Eastern Palace, can get that hook shot.
Yep, that is not just an offensive weapon, that is a movement upgrade in the right hands, so you do want early hook here.
And it says hook shot. That's all I need in here. See you later.
Bye, Eastern.
At the bat entrance, we had the uncle. We saw this earlier, so.
Yeah, Andy just coming in to clean up some of these checks, get some of those keys that we know probably have some value for him. Andy also going to work to restock his bombs.
We just give us the Desert Palace entrance. I mean, that's fully in logic right now. The Nightfall's just completely in logic right now.
Yeah, early back of desert availability wouldn't be too shocking right now, but we're going to see if that small key and big key pay out. We do have 3 items coming in on Wharfjig's side. By the way, we did see Ganon there at the useless fairy drop down, so GT not required there. Andy going to go through bumper here with that hookshot.
And nothing on the right side of desert, so...
Andy, however, has found his way onto Death Mountain, finds the bottom of Paradox Cave. Unfortunately, no Mire to sneak in right now. But he does find Hype Cave. Oh boy. And our Bombos medallion.
Alright.
Meanwhile, we did see Jejo go for a Houlihan, get some extra money, and that is a bow out of the back of Hype Cave.
Doesn't feel like there's a land bow entrance somewhere with our Moon Pearl. Why does it feel like that right now? Because those 3 checks in desert with those keys led to nothing. So, yeah, it feels like we're about to find the Desert Palace entrance here to beat Landmo.
Apparently, we already have the Pearl.
Oh, well, never mind then.
Although, Werf does not. Jejo has a Pearl. Instead, Andy has found Agate Tower. I was going to say, Andy, why don't you just use your Fire Rod? But I guess Bow's fine too. Going to conserve magic at this point.
Yeah, well, hey, look, the other fire source.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Chain Chomps was the Pearl? Ugh.
Oh, and we're finding GT. Can't do much in here right now, but...
Andy finding a heart piece there in the Dark Maze. Gave him a full health refill for his 4th heart, but also going to take a Death Warp.
I was ready for the Hera to be in Hope Room.
Would have been nice.
Or something. Even the Kane would have gotten some more checks.
And Andy is going to give us West Death Mountain. Good chance we'll see an Old Man Rescue here, so the Old Man start point's going to be in Logic. So quite a few options coming up. Oh, and that was at Light Hype Cave, okay.
They have finding the TRI entrance.
Yeah, this is Ahab going for that Pearl.
Ah.
That's their big advantage right now, is how long it takes for Pugs to get into TR and get all the way to Chomps. Chomps is very easily in Logic in this mode. So it's really a question of, how fast can you find it? And they have found it pretty fast.
Andy finding the damn...
And that's a free item. Does open up. That will remain drained for the rest of the race now for Andy. Ahab finishing up at the Chomps as well.
Or get their fire rod.
Andy finding the Old Man start point at Spectacle Rock, so not a hugely beneficial find. We also get to see Pod here at the right ledge. 3 checks in Logic for Andy here in the Palace of Darkness.
And no small keys yet, so we can't check too many things, but we got... Oh, this is our desert map.
The sea just wants us to do desert, doesn't it, Captain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna take the bumper connector here. And Logic with the hookshot or the cape, which we have both, so no real logic issues here, and that's gonna take us back out to the mountain. I guess that's how Andy got up here. Gonna get that bow out of Hype Cave.
Now, Jejo is looking at some of these Dark World entrances, finds the water or the Pyramid Fairy for a.
Oh,
there's a few small.
Okay. And you check the Dark Death Mountain checks here. We find the Brothers Connector. We can't do anything. Well, we could if we had the pearl, but I don't have that pearl yet.
Nope, but we can make these the checks, find out what the entrances are.
And there's the old man rescue.
That's really convenient because Hera is, I guess, the old man rescue. So we found a way to do it. I was gonna say that Thieves Town small key we saw on Jejo's side is interesting. It can tell him to kind of stay out of Thieves for now. Wait for that hammer. He has no extra incentive to go for the clear until they can get the hammer.
The old man just has a compass though, so we'll be able to save it quick. Maybe see where the back of the old man goes.
Yeah, we'll see what the play is here. No, we are going to see... Okay, Andy going to start at Sank, head for the pod area by the looks of it.
Why is that pod small and be like,
Okay. Oh, that's why Andy waited on pod.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I was like, shooter and out, I thought we would have seen right side, but no, this is really heads up saying, Werf told me where a pod small was. Let me get back in here with more access.
Yeah, it puts 2 more checks in logic. Or we could well, yeah. So, yeah, the bridge chest and the stealth space are now in logic, so...
Yep.
See if anything useful comes out of pod. Dwarf's gonna go rescue the old man next here, and Ahab finds Castle Tower, says, alright, I got a key. Well, does he know that he can check both checks pretty freely?
Yep. And realistically, this old man rescue does have a lot of value in the long run. It's easy access back up onto the mountain. Like, these are the kinds of things you really want to find. There's our book out of the chest there on the right side, as well as half magic. 2 very nice items to have. Maybe not needed totally for the seed, but you want them.
Yeah. Yeah, you're never going to say no to half magic.
Nope.
And we're going to take the back exit out of the old man rescue here. I'll check it out. We got a big key to pod. Imagine.
Sure. Yeah. French vanilla big key. Sure, why not? Awesome.
And last check is just $20, but yeah.
Back of Old Man is on DDM Bridge. That's a really great Old Man rescue. Let's be real. That entrance has a lot of value in this mode, so the fact that we've got both of those options already, you want that info.
Got a small key at the flooded item to Ice Palace.
It's a nice find, honestly. Really opens up routing options in that dungeon. So it's a key of convenience. It's not one that's required. It just makes your life a little better.
Absolutely.
Gonna see that mushroom get turned in. We did find the potion shop earlier, I believe, right?
We did. We had them. I think Jejo's the only one with the mushroom right now, but
yep.
We're going to look at the Desert Palace interest here with that book now. And there's the top middle of Paradox Cave there at the Desert Palace entrance. So pretty big find here for Andy.
Yep, we had seen the bottom of Paradox Cave earlier on East Death Mountain. Andy has now found the middle entrance, so this is a couple extra checks, or 7 checks, as well as another entrance. So good connector. He's not locked out yet. We'll see where this leads. This could be the logic into the bulk of Dark World. And it's, putting the pieces together of, Hook and Lamp finding their book and Pugs finding their pearl. This could also be, if we got a glove or flippers here, but we get nothing.
Oh, jeez.
Captain, I am shocked. That is probably one of the worst looking Paradox Caves I've seen in a long time.
I mean, you get 7 items out of there. You're thinking, wow, this could be so great. Then,
7 early items at that. Like, the value here might just be as a connector now. The Mushroom Turn-In just giving us 3 bombs as Andy ends up at Ice Rod Cave. So even the value of that as a connector is bad.
Yeah. We find Mire there at Ice Rod Cave, though. And Andy says, I guess I'm going to check this.
I don't have a problem with this check. Honestly, I think my one issue here is if I'm Andy, I would have checked the right Ice Rod Cave first to see if maybe we find a Mire Big or a Cane of Samaria. Like, right now, he's just dipped into Mire without any of them. And if that right entrance was, let's say, Mini Moldorm Cave, and it's got something, or anything, like, just any cave that could have items, like, it has value to check first, I think, in this case.
Yeah.
But Andy's going to give us a lot of checks here. He's got fire and a key.
Yeah, he's got 2 Mire small keys right now, so this left side Mire is almost in logic, just missing 1 small key, so be interesting if something's here.
Yes, I will not argue that Andy making these checks in this dungeon are good. It's the fact that I would have done it after checking the right side. That's all, or the right entrance first. Like, I completely endorse this. Like, check it. You've got 6 items here in Mire. Get them. This is part of the early exploration here.
Meanwhile, Ahab is working their way through Pod. I'm going to get that book. As we know, it doesn't really lead to much right now, but we can see if we need it for the tablets later, maybe. But probably not, because book is... Meanwhile, we're going through a connector here. Takes us out to the laser bridge exit, so...
Yeah, I mean, that was our Pod Temple led us to Laser Bridge. We've got a lot of ways around the mountain here and getting to mountain checks, so not a huge deal.
Oh boy, another shield. Yay.
Very valuable item, not going to complain. Getting that second one, blocking fire now. You want to block those fireballs every so often.
Bridge chest in Mire has a compass. We're not finding a whole lot here.
We still got 2 checks left. We do have the spike chest as well as the map chest here coming up.
Alright, well, this is good for the pugs here. We're is heading through. They're going to get the change hop chest, find that moon pearl, so.
Oh, and Andy taking that death before he gets into, I believe, checking. Yeah, he didn't get map chests.
No, he didn't.
Unfortunately, that's a tough call, but we're gonna start off hitting Lava Island.
Yeah, it's pretty common in cross keys to get this item. I mean, really, 4 keys does lock everything, like the boss and that check, but usually you can get away with just having 1 or 2 keys, so. Depending on where the entrances are.
Yeah. Well, that's the fun part. Is one of the things we don't see a lot in cross keys is the front of TR being locked by four smalls as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those little logical tricks that it can be very interesting to see. And there we go. That is the pearl for the pugs. And that's right. Werf Jig likes to run with double beeps.
Last check here in Misery Mire. Last chance for anything useful. It's just a map, so not much going on in Mire. Looks like Warp does want to go check out maybe like the pod entrance at least.
Yeah, we're going to finish up this early route here. Or these early checks. We were kind of looking for somewhere to open up the seed, and yeah, Ahab has found his way into North Dark World. I missed where the other side of Brothers was. Did you catch it?
Maybe Dark Sink?
No. So this side was Dark Sank. I'm wondering where the other side was.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, I missed it.
No worries.
Okay. So a lot to take in here. Gina's Cave here on Warptrick's side as Andy's doing some fake flippering. Gonna check hobo check.
Yeah, Andy's just not going to rush the pearl yet. He knows it. It's looking like it's probably going to be the next piece required in the puzzle. But until then, he kind of just wants to, hit some stuff that Werf was unable to.
Yeah.
Very nice. Boomerang.
Mire is the green pendant.
Oh, Spike Cave to Dark Sank. Thank you. Thank you.
There's Castle Tower 2. And a big key to Hera. So,
that's scary for potential knowledge. Like, I don't think it's going to be a big deal because we said the bat was at Lumberjack, so unlikely required, but you hate to see it.
I have headed to the front of Skull Woods here. JJo's going to check out the back of the old mag connector. Going to find that goes up the TR ledge. It looks like we got a good layout here in Skull Woods too, which is really nice.
Yep, you hate to see that connector in both of your front entrances, and today Ahab finds a much nicer skull. Won't have to make any desperate decisions, is going to go to the middle section here, the connector, be able to get the small key, get the vanilla big key chest, can even check the back. Like, we have so many options here.
It looks like he's just going to head to the back entrance here, grab that small key, and then check everything on the way back. So it's just vanilla Skull Woods entrances today, so we'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be overjoyed with such a kindness.
Back in Skull, hey, it's vanilla. Okay.
Are
these completely vanilla Skull Woods?
Oh boy, that is something. We'll see how adventurous Ahab is feeling. 5-heart moth with half magic?
Could be worse.
It could.
I mean, it could be a lot better, but it could be worse, though.
Ahab's gonna go for it.
Yeah.
I respect it. This is a hard play, and credit where it's due. Good luck to Ahab here coming into this back.
There's the mushroom off Stumpy. Getting some good fire rod shots in. You can kind of wait now so the spikes don't negate the fire rod damage. Nicely done there from Ahab.
Yeah, great kill from Ahab.
And a crystal to boot.
So very early here, about 30 minutes into this race, and already Ahab and Jejo each with a crystal, or actually Ahab 2 crystals out. I was about to say, yeah, no, Ahab's got 2 crystals and nobody else has a dungeon.
Yep. The only problem with this now is he has to take a drop down to check the other entrances. So
yeah,
use
and
that key.
It'll take some time to get those checks done, but it's gonna work out. Like wherever Ahab drops in on this skull play, he will get the vanilla small key in the pot prison, or sorry, not the pot prison, in bumper room or the pinball room. It's just going to be a little bit of extra time. You know, he could pick the wrong drop down and end up in the midsection again. He could end up at the vanilla big key chest drop down, or sorry, not the vanilla big key chest, the big chest drop down. So like, there are some drops here that will slow him down, but he can get everything done. But first off, we got this back one, and it leads to, it's vanilla. Captain, I think Skullwoods is very vanilla today. What do you think?
Did someone forget to hit the randomizer button? Wait, what? Wait,
I mean,
let's see this.
the rest of the map's been randomized. Surely Skull has some randomization.
No, it's completely vanilla. No. Drop downs and everything was completely vanilla in Skullwoods. Wow.
Oh my gosh. All the entrances vanilla, and now we've got a bunch of... We've had 2 out of the 4 drops downs vanilla. Oof.
Yeah, see, he's not even going for that key.
No, he has to.
Yeah, because he can't get out. Yeah,
he's locked in Skull without this key. He knows it's vanilla, and I think that's why he wanted to go backwards. But given the lack of a small key, this is the only route he has.
Yeah. Yeah, minus the big chest and Skullwoods. Skullwoods completely done. So.
Yeah, and really nothing here. Surprisingly, we keep finding these really dense areas of the map and just not finding anything. It's like, what bad play do we have to make to actually get into the meat of this seed? Like, we saw GT, where's our hammer? Are we going to have to end up in Ice Palace to kind of make any sense of it?
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Worf has found the Hyrule Castle front entrance. And this is going to be a tough decision for a seed. Captain, what's your favorite thing about Hyrule Castle when the Sank is at the pyramid?
Oh, I love stealing that key and then just send it straight to the back. Yeah.
Yeah. In case we have some people who are good at math or not good at math tonight, I will tell you, 3 is greater than 1.
How about a Cadence Samaria?
So, yes, we have the choice of either opening Zelda's cell or the back of Escape. And in this scenario, yes, 3 chests is a lot better than 1 chest. So I would expect to see Worf kill Boom Guard, get the small key, get the Boom chest, and then take a Death Warp back to the front.
Yep. And also, Ahab did find the back of Desert Palace here, so we're going to get that Landmo kill, see if this is anything useful.
We also have Andy in the back of Skull, so we're going to get a couple of boss fights back to back. Okay, Worf gets that small key. He walks out. You going to go south? Yes, you are. So he is going to play for... he's going to play for the back of Escape.
Yeah. Good call here, you know.
And we also got
like,
the flute. Whew.
Oh, wow. So Hyrule Castle proven to be pretty powerful here with that flute and Data Samaria already here. So that does allow us to check some more things in GT on the right side at least. We can get out of the way to Ice Armors with that.
Yep. Andy in his moth fight down to a heart. Gonna have to be really careful here, but does get the kill. Nice splash there at the end to take down Mothula. Whew. Sigh of relief, everybody.
And Ahab does take down Landmo, gets a small key to Mire. Number 3 adds the pendant, of course. Yep. Makes sense.
Yeah, all the early keys for Desert have told us only that you want the pendant to Desert. Thanks, game.
Yeah.
Okay, and Worf, so you're seeing Worf take a death here, and you're like, why did we take a death? And here's the thing. So what Worf is doing is, before having to make a decision, is just saying, I'm going to save it. By the way, Captain, we said the skull drop downs. Mm-hmm. Andy just checked the back one. And guess vanilla. What? It's vanilla. So all of Skullwoods is vanilla tonight, folks.
Wow.
I don't know what happened.
Okay. That's pretty funny. Looks like
okay, Ahab giving us Hyrule Castle. We'll see how he decides to approach this. It's been a tough decision we've seen on this seed so far. You know, what do you want to do? Actually, I just thought about this. Okay, if Andy took the bottom right drop down there, he would have been soft locked.
Yep.
There was still a chance for a soft lock here, and luckily does not have one happen. Ahab only getting Samaria. First chest and out. He's going to head for the back, probably, and doesn't even care. He's going to miss that flute. That is a big mobility gain, and he is losing out on it.
Oh, Andy going for the Ice Palace play here.
Yeah, I mean, as we said, like, we got some small keys already to Ice Palace, so there's a lot of open here. And I feel like for Pugs, they've started to kind of work down what they have left. There's just not many choices. So for them, there's this feeling of, you know, we've got right side GT. Maybe that's the answer, but Ice is also looking really dense. So I like this play. And really, with that Ice Small and Samaria, Worf can Ice Break safely without having to worry about getting stuck on the right side.
But yeah, Ahab gonna head to the back here. See what 3 checks we have here. I'm waiting for the Hyrule.
Have to be a little bit careful.
Yeah, this is Dark World. Those rats are not friendly, so we got a small key to Skull Woods. Good.
And that back is worthless.
Yeah.
So...
we get a big key to... Oh, that's the big key to Skull Woods and the Icebreaker chest.
Andy, meanwhile, finding Swamp Palace on DDM.
Yeah, we're flippers away from technically clearing that. A small key to Pod and right chest.
We're still a little bit away from doing anything logically in Pod without a couple more small keys, but you like seeing it. And of course, Andy, knowing we've got one way to get to this part of Dark World, and this is it. You gotta start at the mountain, go to Spike Cave, and then come out at Dark Sang. It's a little bit of a trek.
Yep. Ahab is in the Mire area now. Got the bug net and a small key, another pod small. Okay.
Now, for the Hook and Lamp, Jejo is in Hyrule Castle, got his Samaria, and is gonna continue on and get this flute. It's gonna stink for Ahab, unfortunately, but you know.
Yeah.
Ahab is gonna give us the Mire entrance. Curious, and that is the big key to Eastern Palace. That is a beatable Eastern now with that ice dip on Werf's side. And if you weren't awake, I hope you're just immediately alerted by Werf's health. Oof, that is.
I know it's late for us at the East Coast here, so
yeah. Zelda Cell, meanwhile, is nothing.
Okay, so the first couple checks in Hyrule Castle were worth it. Everything else is just don't have to worry about it ever again.
Yep. Andy coming up on the Lambo fight, so Andy's gonna be just a Thieves town behind Ahab, so not a huge difference here. Whereas Jejo and Werf both at 0 crystals or pendants. So,
all right, Andy into the GT play here with that cane and fire rod. Now he has 3 small keys, so
this is
useful here.
Yeah, this is a great play from Werf. I will not be shocked to see something between here and Ice Armos.
Ahab did find the top of Bumper Cave here. Gets the blue mail for his trouble. So if this Mire shows up sooner than later.
I mean, after Ahab's already taken down a 3-heart Thieves town and a moth fight on like 5-heart screen mail, like you got to feel pretty good already. I will say I did watch Hook and Lamp earlier this season during the boss hunt week, and I know Ahab's had some a bit of a time, unfortunately, with Cold Stare. So really like seeing Ahab knock out these low percent bosses and doing a great job. Power room, small key to pod. There we go. There's a third one. So the logic's starting to open up a little bit here.
Ahab finding floating island there on the connector. We're going to look at the TR entrance medallion. It is Ether today.
By the way, Captain, we're 45 minutes in, and we're missing like my 2 favorite or 3 favorite items for this mode.
The beer.
Yep.
A hammer.
Nope.
A glove.
Yep.
And
the booties.
The booties, yeah, that makes sense.
We got no boots, we got no glove, we got no mirror. Like the trinity of cross keys we lack at 45 minutes, folks.
Let's see Andy pick up the flute. So yeah, we're gonna see if something's useful here in the compass room. We already saw the compass room.
Yeah, nothing in compass room. We'll see. It's Bob and Ice Armos coming up. I mean, I think the really rude part here is watch us find GT big. And here's the big thing is we've got both members of Hook and Lamp in GT. Like, they're just both here saying something's here. I don't know what, but something. Meanwhile, Andy has found his way to the Mire area.
Right.
Bob's got our 4th pod small. There's the logic for more pod. Werf's Ice Armos fight. Let's see how good we can stick to the script. Nice so far. Good job. Yeah, the rest of this is textbook. Great job from Werf taking down Ice Armos on script. We got 3 items left here. 20 bucks. $1.
Nothing.
And that's it. So really the logic here, I think what this seed has done is said, here, go to pod. We've got 3 more checks for you there. And that's, like, I'm trying to think of what else we've missed. But I don't think there's really anything.
Yeah, they've been very thorough. And, that's why you have to be in cross keys. Is you split up your checks as best as you can, and you just try to find out what you're supposed to be doing next, and write down the seed saying go to pod.
Yeah, and if we have a fifth one available, like, it really does make things pretty easy. Unfortunately for Hook and Lamp, like, right now, all this is doing is kind of just saying to them, or, like, they're just following each other, and that's kind of unfortunate. Like, it's not terrible, because it looks like this is the answer, is to build up your pod small key collection, but, like, they're just copying each other, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I say that knowing I just did that in my own race, so...
We're going to look at the Hyrule exit that we haven't seen yet, and that's not helpful at all. All right. Yeah. Someone go to pod, please.
Looks like we've got Worf heading to Kakariko. I'm going to assume Andy's probably going to be doing the same relatively shortly. Both looking to probably activate a flute.
Yeah, the flute's nice and all. It gets us around quicker, but right now it doesn't do a whole lot for us, as we already had the mountain access. So we're going to see if anything is going to be useful for later. We already have Mire access to, so this is literally just for ease of movement around the light world. So, but yeah, here's Ahab back at the pod now. He's got two more pod smalls. So let's see if anything is going to be useful here in pod.
Yeah, unfortunately, Ahab is fluteless, so not going to be able to do anything. You know, trying to activate it, it's going to be a little while, because Ahab is now locked behind finding the Hyrule Castle small key.
Mm-hmm.
But here we go. 3 in logic checks coming up here in the back of pod.
Yay.
Oh, sorry. We actually had another 2 checks. We have Eastern. How rude of me.
Yeah, Eastern's here. We got the big E, so.
We got big key. We got the bow. Ho-hum. Let's kill Armos.
How about a big key to GT? There's the big key to GT
no.
in pod. No. Oh, boy. All right. Yeah. I mean, hey, you got silvers now. That's pretty nice. Just some money there in almost Hellways, so it looked like J-Jo checked the big key chest of pod and then safe scuffed that key, because I don't think there was anything useful in there. So
yeah, there wasn't. It was like 10 arrows.
So yeah, so we're not gonna have to worry about pod keys too much right now. Yeah, we're finding something here in Eastern. We might have to climb GT for something. We find another TR small there in the big chest pod. And we get a shovel.
That's still locked behind some pod smalls, so questionable value at this moment.
Just a heart container there in the dark maze, so...
Now, on the plus side, whoever does climb GT here will have the silvers for sure. No way not to have the silvers. By the way, I'm just going to call this out, like... Captain, can you do what Andy just did?
Probably not.
I will say, I don't think I've done that. Like, I would have bombed still, and, like... I say this as another invitational player. I know roughly what it looks like. I couldn't do it. What he just did. Hey, that's a medallion.
We don't need. Alright. Thanks, game. But another crystal on the board for Worf, so that's their first one.
Yeah, I mean, Hammer and GT big chest would be pretty gross at this rate.
Ugh. Looks like Ahab is headed back to TR here. I'm going to check the front.
Well, and with those 2 small keys, you know, going to feel pretty good about going for Pokey here. and Lava Island. We did see this on Worf's side, so good find for Hook and Lamp. The thing is like we said this earlier, the front of TR here is 4 key lock. So, like, if you can find the front, obviously it's not locked by small keys, but if you have to go this way, backwards through TR, then these checks are 4 key locked. So, Ahab gonna be conservative and make sure, gonna have still 1 key left, but it's gonna get a little bit tough. Like, this is the thing is, Hook and Lamp is playing very risky with the key situation. Like, if we have to use the crystal roller door to get the rest of the way to Laser Bridge, like, Ahab could need 2 more small keys to finish, or another small key to finish TR. And that starts to get into some dangerous territory.
Yeah.
And chat, if Mire is on the bat, like, you better be hoping for some boots soon. You're still bootsless. Like,
Yes,
we need those boots first. Our booties are missing. Somebody please find them. Right side TR, there is the red mail as well as the red rang. The room
very
is like red. Yeah, it's very red room.
There's the saves come from Andy of the small key. As we know, we just need 1 more small key to get to the back to the boss when we can. As Ahab is going to go out the front of TR here, see where this is going to take us. Is this accessible? And well, not yet. It's close, but not quite. We need to go up for that.
I don't think Andy would have missed them. We're just losing some frames on Andy's side right now, so...
Yeah. Yeah, the silvers were, like...
If he missed them in turtles, I'd be shocked.
Yeah.
Like, I will say, like, I've seen Andy skip some chests every so often. It happens, we all do it. But...
Yeah,
the guy
right
would not have missed that one. He would not have missed the turtles.
We're getting his.
Yep. And that's the thing. So Worf now to 2 crystals. Andy's got a crystal and a pendant. Jejo about to get his first crystal out of Eastern Palace, as Ahab also has 2 crystals. So, comparing the runners, we've got 2 crystals for our top runners and a crystal for at least, at Andy, and Jejo going to get his. So, starting to cross stuff out. It looks like it's going to be GT Climb is the answer here.
I'm afraid to say, yeah.
Like, maybe the GT big chest is the answer, but nobody's going for that first. Like, I'm doing Climb. It's not a fun climb, but I'm doing Climb.
Okay, Andy, gonna go check the big chest skull woods here. Not in, don't think it's quite in logic yet. That was behind the icebreaker chest and ice palace, so it's not gonna be our hammer. Could be something else useful though, but we'll see. And yeah, it's just $5, so nothing else at Skullwoods to worry about. But there, see if any of us go check out the back here. He's gonna be low. He's probably have a little chuck, or we're just gonna check the back of Skullwoods here. Excuse me. He's gonna have a little chuckle as what's back there. So.
I will say I have Andy's stream up, paying attention to his climb that's been going on. Looks like he found a hammer on this climb.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
It's where it says, "Ha, that's vanilla." We're gonna take on Moth here. Gonna hopefully put another crystal on the board if Moth behaves. Gotta be careful though. Oh boy! Oh god. There we go. Okay, nicely done there from Merc. Gonna pick up another crystal. That's crystal 3 for Worf. As J-Cho is making the climb. See, Worf is headed back to Indipod now, gonna get that big key. That is apparently very required.
Okay, real quick, so everybody knows, the stream is gonna, we're gonna lose everything real quick. It'll come back up, so just give us a moment as we try to get Andy's stream back as well, so we can see everything that's happening. Apologies for the issue. Should be coming up. See it coming back up on SG2. can see Andy's in Thieves, Worf in GT. Just like the preview window on our side.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I mislooked at it. It is left side GT on Andy's side. Sorry about that.
Well, there's the flippers and fire snake room. This room is not treating Worf very well here.
Yeah, and unfortunately he's having to burn a lot of magic.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's a rough death.
Yeah. GT Big Chest. That's the mirror! Oh boy. Oh my goodness.
That's a very valuable item for sure.
Yeah. Looks like J-Jo's found the booties too. J-Jo says, yes, I will take the free heart. Thank you.
For a Hook and Lamp, good thing is that they are heading back into GT left side, so Jejo will find that mirror. Oh, everybody has mirror except for Worf. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're kind of playing a little bit at the same time as you all.
Andy back in the pod here. Gonna go ahead and clear that out now. There's the flippers for J-Jo. So we have a few dungeons open to us now. Mire is now completable. Swamp is now completable. If we find Hera, we can complete that. Yeah, we have a lot of options now. We just don't know where everything's at.
Yeah.
We don't have a glove yet.
Apparently we have boots.
Yep.
Andy going for the pod clear currently.
Work chick doing much better job here climbing up GT. It's just they say they takes a fall. Alright. Sorry. Okay, Joker gives the back of Thieves sound check here, but I believe he's got the small key now, so we might see what's at that big chest. But down for Andy.
Or another one of our crystals.
Okay. So yeah, the seed is starting to make some moves here finally, so felt like a little bit of a slow start there, but it's starting to pick up now.
Yeah, unfortunately, when you don't get any of the major, like, those items we were talking about of boots and mirror and glove, like, those three just have so much value in getting entrances in this mode. The fact we hadn't seen them for that long, you know, is really troublesome, and luckily we're starting to collect those. The mirror is a good start, and now we're just hoping to find a glove soon.
And you give us some checks here. Does Andy have a glove?
No, I didn't think so, but if he does... He does not. There we go.
Nope, he doesn't. Okay. Something else that's never happened before, ever. Forgetting you have a glove in Spike Cave.
So thanks for bearing with us, everybody. I got everything fixed back up, so we're good. We did get that Thieves Town clear from Jejo. Ahab clearing up Pod, so things are moving. But Hook and Lamp has definite advantage with their boots.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna start to get some mirror checks here now from Andy.
And the really rough part here is just our only real way around this seed has a lot to do with this mountain start into Spike Cave to get into Dark World. But the longer this goes, where Pugs does not find their boots, is gonna just really, like, Hook and Lamp has been playing great today, and this continues to give them time.
Get new information here on Jejo's side. We're gonna check out the Zora and the Flipper checks here. Ahab gets another crystal off Helma. That's just a map on Zora.
Okay, we do have full map info. It looks like Desert TR and Mire are the pendants. So, yep, no real need for that map. I mean, realistically, sword-wise, there's a good chance, like, I think we're going to live by the adage that there's always a sword in swamp.
Mm-hmm.
And at this rate, there might just be a glove in swamp.
The key to TR on Floating Island? Probably needed. I think it is.
I don't know. Pendant TR, you think so?
We'll see. We know where the big chest is, but yeah, Andy's gonna, or we're gonna go ahead and do the swamp clear here, so. A lot of sense. You can get like 9 items out of here, so we don't have to
you get that. So. You get those flippers. This is your play.
C-shaped house moved a little bit to the south there, just $20 though.
Yeah, we're hearing that the boots were in Super Bunny. Unfortunately, we did miss where that was during our little reset situation. So apologies, folks. We do not know where Super Bunny Cave was.
Yeah, it looks like Super Bunny was on top of the castle. Locked by that mirror in GT. Fun times. Oh, big key to Ice Palace and
Good thing we found that before going back to Ice.
Yeah. Definitely not gonna be mad at that. We're gonna skip left side for now though, so left side will remain a mystery for now.
I mean, realistically, like, we can get to most of our entrances. We can... Captain, I'm looking at our trackers, and I've just realized we're in sword mode.
Oh.
Seriously, our runners just need a sword.
I mean, we're better to find a sword than swamp.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, and a glove, sorry. We need a sword and a glove.
Oh,
who am I kidding? Yep.
I mean, we're better to find a sword and a glove than swamp. Right.
Yeah. That's always where stuff is.
Except when it's not, because we're down the boss in left side swamp, so.
And here's the thing, while Hugs and Hook and Lamp are tied pretty much on the crystal dungeon count stuff, as it stands right now, the boots are starting to let Hook and Lamp overtake.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, really hard to come back from at this point. The more boots time they're getting, just the better it looks. And the other thing we're seeing here is Ahab into left side swamp. So while Werf did not decided to skip it, understandably hoping that, just what we need is in the back here, it is not paying out, and we're gonna see left side, and it's looking more and more like it's required.
That's an ice rod.
It is, and I don't think we want an ice rod. But left side swamp's dead, so
okay.
Werf could save some time not going back in. That was just money and a heart. But he's going back in. I did see somebody note that it looks like the Super Bunny stuff was top of Hyrule Castle, so yeah. We got that mirror. You gotta get, like, Sank is right there.
Mm-hmm. Get more mirror checks here from Andy, and yeah, I mean, you got that mirror. You should just need some entrances. There's 3 right there on top of the castle. You should go check out. I mean,
I will say the thing though is GFE, like even though we have a mirror and a flute, we lack effective tools to utilize them. Like, you know, you want to be in Dark World, but to do much of anything in Dark World, you have to, like, you can't get back in. So it's, you know, there's not a lot of options with movement here.
Mm-hmm.
But Andy's starting at the mountain again.
Joe got the big bomb, taking that with him. Good use of the beer here. Nice spot for it to.
Yeah, real smart, real
that.
heads up here on Jejo's side. And we're just running out of entrances. Like, that's the other thing that Hook and Lamp has at their advantage, is just the ability to do more entrances already. But Pyramid Fairy is dead.
Yeah, we still have to locate Hera. We need that glove. Andy back into the Mire area here with that lamp now. A few more entrances we can check.
And Andy continuing, unfortunately, to forget about the lack of a glove. So another one of those trying to pull and just no luck. Jejo finding Mini Moldorm Cave, though.
This is I think this is our last big item cave here for Jejo, so. There's a sword.
And
that's
a glove. Mode.
That's the other glove. Wow. Holy cow. All right. There we go.
But yeah, that should be a go mode.
Oh, that is locked. Yeah, the boots. Okay.
I mean, realistically, we are still looking for Hera.
Yeah. Yeah, we just got access to everything now, so.
Yep.
Just a matter of time now. The pugs are on the clock. Oh, nice TR swall there in Crystal Roller Room. But yeah, we're gonna go all the way to Laser Bridge now.
Yeah, and unfortunately, missing the top of Hyrule Castle, it sounds like, is really starting to put them in a rough spot.
Jejo has to run to the right here, or Ahab has to run back down here and go do Mini Moldorm Cave here. And pretty much go mode at this point. Just depends where Hera wants to end up, but
yeah. I mean, there's still a scenario where we could need the Ether Medallion to get into the TR entrance, but that's really it.
Mm-hmm. Get a big key to Swamp. Well, that's. Oh, there's another sword on Laser Bridge.
That could help the pugs, but it's not enough to really save anything. Like, they're in a rough spot to begin with.
Oh, no. Oh.
That's rough for Worf.
Yeah.
Hopefully that sword kind of tells, like, yes, Sank start, please.
Yeah. Hook and Lamp just on the entrance hunt here for Hera at this point, pretty much.
Yeah, and realistically, they could find Laser Bridge easily now with those mitts.
Yeah.
Like, they are just rushing their entrances, finding Hera. Checkerboard Cave for them is a very easy check to make, so they should find it very shortly.
We're gonna get a look at the Haverpack's entrance. There's only a few entrances left here. We got, obviously, we had TR entrance. We got like Ice Palace entrance we can do now. J-Joe getting the information about Swamp here. He says, just go to the back.
Yep, just kill Argus.
Just kill Argus.
And meanwhile, like the other side of this is that they are also playing for dungeons while they're there. You know, Ahab getting hammer pegs and saying, "Let me now clear ice."
Mm-hmm.
So it's a good trade-off each step of the way. Andy picking up his TR big, but not sure how much it's gonna do. Like that's the hard part. Is I wonder if the TR big key, big chest stuff, like it's sending them to think like maybe we need to kill Trinex here, and like unless Trinex is locking Ether Medallion, which locks Hera, like unlikely that we need this TR play. It's looking more and more like we're gonna find Hera somewhere else. Ice Palace is probably the top candidate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it feels like we came out of a lot of the glove-locked entrances already, so I don't think a lot of glove checks are left.
Yeah, luckily a lot of the glove checks we've walked out of those entrances. Unfortunate for the runners, but lucky for the overall, like, you know, efficiency of things. I will point out, Worf getting his 5th crystal with that kill. But, you know, Ahab not far behind. Jejo starting to take about even or a little bit ahead of Andy here.
It looks like Worf is finally headed to the top of the castle here, though. This is going to be a little too late for him.
Well, and here's the thing. If they can take this immediately, like, if Worf plays this to the south pegs, the peg bridge just south of Pod, and makes the play now, can really start saving some time.
Mm-hmm.
But needs, like, that needs to be your first set of checks.
And did I miss Ahab getting another sword out of Ice Palace here?
Sounds like we've got one in Ice Palace, so very nice. And
yeah.
Looks like Ice Palace was dead as well. Are we looking for Ether?
Very well could be at this point. Trying to think if there's anything left that we haven't seen.
There is the boots information for Worf and the Pugs. So I gotta imagine after Andy takes care of Argus, he will be going for the top of the castle to get his boots.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reason why we never found the top of Super Bunny. The top of Super Bunny is Right Side Desert. That is definitely going to be a hard one to find.
Yeah.
And by the way, we've been talking about Hera. Hookshot Cave, the liftable Hookshot Cave rock is Hera. That is go mode for...
Okay.
You look like you could use a Hookin lamp. So we do not need Ether. And unfortunately for Pugs, while Worf was able to do light bonk rocks behind Link's house, being in Light World and without a glove to get into Dark World, there wasn't a real great way to do that check, and that one kind of falls to the side, and you know, that's where the big piece of this puzzle is.
Mm-hmm.
This is quite the chain, is that you had to get the mirror out of GT to then do everything else. Oof. You know, go to Pod, get the GT big key, get your silvers, go to GT, get your mirror, climb climb GT to get a hammer, and then do the top of the castle to get your boots, which lock a sword, and 2 gloves. Yeah, with the info, Ahab's in Crystal 7 now, it looks like. Jejo working through crystals now on full just go and beat the dungeons mode as well. So, meanwhile, Werf is about to find the gloves. Gonna find Mini Moldorm Cave and get those gloves and sword. But I think, unfortunately for Pugs, it's going to be just a little bit too little too late. I wish we got to see how Jejo routed that in. I'm wondering if he had killed Aga 2 to make sure he was there, or how quickly he rushed that check. But I gotta wonder what Werf is telling Andy, like, hey, yep.
Yeah, you know those gloves we've been missing for the last hour and a half? Yeah, they're just right here, locked behind those boots.
Yep. So yeah, looking at the trackers right now, we got 4 crystals for Andy. I believe Werf is probably at 5 crystals because I believe he has Swamp Done. But Ahab looking at crystal 7 right here. Jejo is at least getting a 5th crystal here. So by the looks of it, like, Andy's probably got the least number of dungeons done, and that's a rough spot to be in. Like, they're already behind, and it looks like Hook and Lamp can just kind of run through the rest of the seed, and like, it's just Jejo having to route in his remaining dungeons.
Yeah, Ahab already running to Ganon here.
Yep, gonna be the first of our runners to drop in on the Big Pig.
Actually, this is really nice for Jejo here because he has to clear Pod right after Hera. So Pod also up on the mountain, so be able to route those in pretty nicely.
Yep. When you get to that point, you're like, how can I route these dungeons in together and maybe get my route a little bit cleaner? Meanwhile, Ahab gets the 1-1 on the first 2 phases of Ganon, nicely done, into phase 3. A little bit of a warpy pig here, but there we go. That is the 4th slash for phase 3. Yeah, and it's funny. One of the third member of Hook and Lamp, AFG, pointing out. Oh wait, that
TJ.
Ahab,
Yeah.
TJ is. Yeah, you're right. I'm just used to AFG being with some of these people. My bad. Pointing out Ahab doesn't have the flute.
Didn't need it.
Doesn't need it, exactly. But get
First
your
one done.
in chat for Ahab, as Ahab kills it, finishing first overall with a 133.20. Nicely done, Ahab. We'll see. Jejo still has some dungeons to go, but the alarm bells are sounding for Pugs here, as they can see clearly Hook and Lamp knows where Hera is, and they're still looking.
Yeah, teacher just had to finish off pod here, then loot over to number 2 because he could loot. And
Yep. Some people find flutes.
I find flutes about 2.5 hours into a season, thing. Well, Pug's still looking for Hera here.
Yeah, we're hitting up the glove entrances. He's just looking for Hera. But it being on top of Death Mountain really puts it in a rough spot.
Yeah.
Luckily, the old man start point is on the top of the mountain. But yeah. And Andy did have to go into ice anyway. He hadn't been here yet, so there's his Eastern big. So he's got 3 crystals still to get.
His work does take down Helma for crystal number 7.
Yep, Jejo is going to be heading to the pig next. And it looks like at this rate, both members of Hook and Lamp going to be done before the pugs find Hera. So very clean win on this one today for Hook and Lamp, it looks like at this rate. Just an unfortunate miss on the top of Hyrule Castle for pugs, and it's, that explains just so much of this race for them. Because things were pretty even. I think Andy actually found the hammer first today. But
yeah,
combined with everything else, it really put them in a rough spot. And yeah, worth checking out the Ice Palace entrance. That top of mountain for that lonely Hookshot Cave rock is just that. It's a lonely spot to check. Because I think we've seen every other way. I will point out Jejo only on a Master Sword. So a little bit of a longer fight. Ahab hogging the good equipment. And yeah, Mire, I guess so too. I think if Jejo got the GT big key before doing right side GT and was able to get both, like it really would have saved considerable time for them to know how important that was. Jejo burning a potion there. Still gonna have to be a little careful. On green mail, so those fire bats will do 4 hearts of damage. They are not your friend, but we're out of phase 2 and into phase 3 for Jejo. Meanwhile, Andy's gonna go take care of Eastern Palace for Crystal 6. Really just letting Worf search. That's really the only thing to do right now is say, go, hopefully find it. But we're in phase 4 for Jejo, and there's some silvers and some spins, and
one more arrow should do it here for Jejo.
And there you go. Get the GGs in chat for Jejo, and you look like you could use a Hook and Lamp as they're going to take this first game of the week against the Pugs. Jejo finishing with an official race time of 1:38.26, and there you go. Congrats to Hook and Lamp taking this game.
Yeah, after a slow start to the league season for Hook and Lamp here, they're really coming on strong here in these last few races, so watch out for them.
Yeah, just to kind of talk about that division, what we can say is, The top 4 teams currently in the Skull Woods division, 3 off the tee, TM32 God Route, Crystal Roller Crew, and don't forget to track us. This is an important week for Pugs and Hook and Lamp. So, Hook and Lamp taking this first game is, helps keep them alive as we are now joined by Ahab and J-Show.
GG's, guys.
Hey, thank you.
Yo, GG's.
Big congrats. The boots and the mirror kind of really telling the tale of this one.
Yeah, I was feeling so far behind through pretty much the entire race. Just because of the kind of low on resources in the light world, and then, the hammer and the gloves were missing for such a long time. So it felt like that we were just we ended up last locating a lot of stuff. It's like we were following the logic too. It's like the Desert North had the Mire small right when I was in Mire. So I felt like, Mire was the play. And then it was an ice small key in there and nothing else. So it was really confusing.
Yeah, we lost a bit of the stream around the time that we were looking for like around the time you guys were getting mirror and hammer and everything, and we're like, and then we looked, and you guys had the boots, you had the mirror, and it looked like Andy wasn't too far behind on finding the mirror, but getting back to the top of Hyrule Castle really kind of evaded the Pugs, and you know how it is with those boots, they just were that important for the rest of the seed.
Yeah. Once I got the mirror, that was the first thing that I told Ahab. Is just start at sync and then nudge over to the left and then mirror, and then get those 3 checks done right away. Because he had already done the back of escape for no progress. So it's like I was climbing and just had to let him know if something was on the climb. So I wanted him to get a start on the mirror checks. And then of course, once I found the hammer up there, we ended up swapping places.
Right. I will point out we are joined by Andy. Get your GGs in chat for Yeah, GGs to Andy tonight. Yeah. Looks like Worf is going to finish out the seed, so.
Yeah, he did eventually find Hera, so I'm going to go ahead and finish out Ganon here. So.
Yeah, Andy, we were talking a little bit about the sequence here, and as I'm sure you're aware, the boots were kind of the big piece here, and so.
Yeah, we were also almost last located GT big as well. We waited a really long time to go back to pod. So like by the time I got that, there wasn't really much else for Worf to do besides just get that and like expect something to be in the top of GT basically. And then yeah, just almost last locating boots that was an oops on my part mostly.
Yeah, I want to say you might have had the hammer before Jejo did. Like, I think you guys were climbing around the same time. Unfortunately, the restream, we had lost your stream for a moment there. So didn't get to see all those details in terms of timing. But it looked like you guys were roughly in the climb about the same time. We are also joined by Worfjig. GG.
Yo, GG's.
GG, bud.
What a nightmare.
GG's. Yeah, those double boots. Or the double glove that were boots locked.
Yeah, last locating the boots ended up, getting around in the Dark Worlds in like the mid-late game was really bad.
So how early were you guys? How much earlier did you get those boots than us?
I think after the 1 hour mark. So they were saying that Andy and I were climbing GT at around the same time. And I had the mirror before I climbed. So when Ahab was following behind me, he got the mirror and then left while I was still climbing. And we checked Hyrule Castle roof immediately. So he told me the boots were where they were, and I got the hammer. And then we swapped places. I got the boots. and he climbed and got the hammer.
Mm.
And then I think at that point we just needed the Master Sword, the gloves, and to find Hera.
Yeah, we
that's
also
what we needed once we got boots.
It didn't help that we also second to last located that Hera entrance. So
Yeah, once we found the items, we were just going all out looking for that last dungeon. And Ahab found it, and he actually ended up getting Tempered Sword, but I was on Master. So he finished a little bit ahead of me.
Yeah, we were worried for a while you had to find Ether and Open TR for that find Hera, but just happened to be right next door at the Hookshot Cave entrance, so no worries there. But yeah, good win for your team here. You're starting to move up to the ranks there. How you feeling now? After a little bit of a slow start there, you're starting to look pretty good now.
We're feeling good. We actually had a lot of close races early that we were on the wrong side of. So even when we've been losing, we've been competitive. Like one of the losses that is actually kind of still stings is when I got sniped by 11 seconds at duality. So we've been right there. But yeah, cross keys is volatile. So we were pretty nervous coming in. So I think we played well today.
Tough group, though. Everyone's good.
Yeah, for sure. So this is your guys' first race of the week. When's your next race coming up?
we don't know yet.
Oh, okay.
We still gotta talk about it.
All right.
Yeah, we're thinking Saturday or Sunday at some point, but I think we need to. We'll decide by tomorrow for sure.
Yeah.
Hopefully tonight.
We only got 3 minutes left.
Likely the same runners for game 2, or any changes?
Yeah, probably the same runners.
It's going to be me and TJ going on the next one.
Okay. I guess. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna wish you all good luck in the next race and the rest of the week coming up. Like you said, it's a very tough group, and all of you are doing very well in it. And I wish you luck.
All right, thanks. GG's again. Thanks for putting on the
GG's.
the restream tonight.
Yeah, GG's.
GG again.
Yeah,
Good
oh,
to
wait.
go watch basketball.
And I'm just going to say this personally. Thank you guys for being so understanding of waiting and starting 10 minutes late. I really do apologize, but appreciate the 4 of you taking the time to wait for us to finish up the previous one.
It really threw off my whole game, Jesse.
I'm sorry. Or if you can,
I get to play
for,
blame not playing Zelda for like 10 days on this one. So
Yeah. Dibs on blaming
Sure.
Jesse.
Cool. You know what? I'll take it. It's okay.
No, good game, guys. JJ, we'll see you again on this weekend.
Yep.
But yeah, so that is going to do it tonight for the Invitational League or Link to the Past Randomizer League racing. There should be some races this starting again tomorrow, as well as this weekend. So if you are around, do tune in. Should be some great cross keys action. We still got 3 more days of cross keys week here before we get into beginner doors starting on Monday. So going to be a lot of fun. But for everybody here at SpeedGaming 2, I want to thank you all for watching tonight. 2 great races back to back here. So if you missed them, watch them back. They're fun. And we'll see you all next time. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.